My daughter called me while I was on base and said, "Dad, we're playing Broken Radio." That was our secret code for an intruder in the house. I was in the middle of equipment maintenance in the motor pool when my phone rang, and hearing Talia's voice say those words made my blood turn to ice. Broken Radio was a phrase we'd created 2 years ago after a break-in scare in our neighborhood. If anyone dangerous ever got into our house, she was supposed to call me and work those exact words into normal conversation. I'd know to send help immediately without the intruder, realizing she'd alerted me. "Okay, sweetheart," I said, stepping away from my unit and trying to keep my voice calm while my heart hammered against my ribs. "What kind of game are you playing?" "Just pretend radio games with Mama," she said, her voice unusually small and careful. "We're in the kitchen making lunch, and Mama said I could call you to tell you about our day. Everything sounds normal, but Mama is acting funny today." I immediately started typing our address into the base emergency dispatch system to request local police response. "Something's wrong at home," I told Sergeant Hayes, but the system showed a minimum 2-hour response delay for non-confirmed domestic emergencies. They needed more evidence to prioritize it. "Talia," I said into the phone, walking quickly toward a quieter area. "Are you safe right now? Can you see outside from where you are?" "Yes, Daddy. We're sitting by the kitchen window. Mama made my favorite sandwich with turkey and cheese, but she keeps walking around checking all the door locks and looking outside through the curtains. She seems really scared but won't tell me why when I ask." That detail made me pause and think harder. Our neighborhood was completely safe, and Paige had never been paranoid about security. Plus, Talia said they were playing radio games, but Paige had never shown any interest in imagination games involving electronics or communication. "Can you tell me more about Mama's radio game?" I asked, practically jogging toward the base commander's office. "She's been pretending to talk to different radio stations, but not actually turning on the radio," Talia whispered. "And she keeps asking me weird questions about what I remember about Daddy's work schedule and exactly what time you usually come home from the base." My stomach dropped like a stone. Paige knew my schedule perfectly after 9 years of marriage. She knew I worked 0800 to 1700 Monday through Friday with occasional weekend duties. There was absolutely no reason for her to quiz our 8-year-old daughter about my routine unless she was planning something that specifically involved my absence. "Has anyone else come to visit you today?" I asked, but before Talia could answer, I heard Paige's voice in the background getting closer to the phone. "Tell Daddy you have to go eat your lunch now," Paige said, her voice carrying a sharp edge that didn't match the casual family lunch scenario Talia had been describing. "Daddy, I have to go eat my lunch now," Talia repeated obediently, but then she whispered something that made my hands start shaking. "Mama packed all our clothes in suitcases this morning before breakfast and put them in the trunk of the car." The line went dead immediately. I tried calling back, but it went straight to voicemail after one ring. I tried our home landline and got a continuous busy signal, like someone had taken the phone off the hook intentionally. That's when I realized Paige wasn't checking the door locks because she was scared of someone breaking in from outside. She was planning to leave with Talia, and she didn't want me to be able to contact them or stop them. But there was something else nagging at me. Something about the careful way Talia had chosen her words and how she'd emphasized "Mama is acting funny today" that made me understand this situation was about more than just a custody dispute. I finally got through to our neighbor Owen, who lived 2 houses down and had a spare key for emergencies. He agreed to check on the house immediately. 20 minutes later, he called me back with news that changed everything about what I thought I knew about my wife and why she was really running.